Welcome to Caching Waves. This is an Elliott wave update for Chainlink. Now in this video, I'm going to go from the 4-hour to the daily all the way to the micro. Just want to do a deep dive into this and explain a few different alternate counts I have on the go. Now since the low at 476, have this as a 5-wave impulse to the upside, wave 1 and 2, 3, 4, 5. Important things to look at when we're deciding whether or not this is likely an impulse. Take the beginning of wave 1 off of wave 2, extend that off the top of wave 1, look for our wave 4 pivot spot at the top end of that channel right there, between the 236 and the 50. Hit that ideally. And then the length of our wave 1 off of our wave 4 for our 5th wave target right there at 2169. You can see we hit that to the tick, and a nice 5-wave move within our 3rd as the fastest moving wave, most price to the upside. So pretty ideal impulse to the upside. After that, we look for a 3-wave move as a wave 2. We hit a golden zone retracement, which would have been the ideal trade setup. That would have been your entry and your stop if you took a golden zone trade, and then looking for the impulse to continue to the upside. Now, the area of difficulty here is this bottoming pattern. And I'll talk about that a little more in depth in a moment. Just want to talk about our larger term targets. So we're taking this second one too on the micro degree compared to the all-time history, looking for a 5-wave move, a larger version of this 5-wave move, just on a different time degree, if you think of it that way. So our 3rd wave target is at 93.96. That's our standard extension target. As for a guideline, I took the length of wave 1 in time, extended it off of wave 2. We'd want to hit that target around May of this year. Now that can extend out in time a little bit. Sometimes we get a 1.618 extension in time. For wave 3, that would come in the end of the year, October-ish. So we'll see if we get this entire move, but that's our timeline guidelines as well as our extension target for this wave 3 in blue. After then, we'd expect a longer correction similar to the length of this wave 2 for this wave 4 before our final 5th wave to the upside to complete a large 1-2 larger version of this. Okay, so we'll talk about this area down here. There's been a lot of bottoming patterns that have not been ideal. I'll show you a couple ways to count this. This is either a ugly impulse. It really looks like a 3. But I was able to do it, but the only way was with a WXY for our wave 2, where we had a triangle Y wave. Then we got a short, a not extended wave 3 and a very short 5. So that's if we're starting our count from this low right here. It does make a difference in the future. We'll eventually have the right counts once we are able to count the entire amount of waves. But until then, it's kind of in the air. So the first way is we bottomed here, and this is a 1 and a 2 with a flat. Second scenario is this was a barrier triangle to end a WXYXZ, and we start our count over here. So only difference is how many 4-5s we get at the end of this wave. So I'm going to go to, in this scenario where our, wave 2 ended here, we'd be looking for one more wave to the upside to complete a wave 1 in a lesser degree than the previous. So 1, 2, and we'd look to the upside. So I'm going to go to my other chart I've been tracking on and go to the smaller time frames. So this is over on Blowfin. Difference being here, I'm going to start our count from here. It allows us the deepest retracement in case we get a deep retracement, so we're not caught off guard. But just realize the only difference here, if this is our 1 and a 2, is this would be a 3rd wave topping, and we'd look for a shy 4th, 5th, and then that would be our wave 1. Or if our low is over here, we're completing a 5-wave move as a wave 1. It's just a difference of 1 wave. The direction should be the same, whether that's a 4th wave starting or a wave 2. So that we have that on our side. So since this wave low, we'll go down to the 15-minute. Have this as wave 1 and 2. This was a expanded flat ending diagonal. We then had a wave 1 and 2 with a running flat. We then had our wave 3 here, sorry. We had our wave 4 as a triangle in blue, looking for 5 waves up to complete our wave 1. Now this was the hardest area to count. I can count it many different ways. As for the trade setup I'm currently in, which was from down in this area, just riding my stops on the way up. So right now I have wave 4 in validation at 2092. That would be our overlap with this microwave 1 as labeled. Wave 4 cannot overlap wave 1. Now there are a couple different ways to count this. That's why this area is so difficult right here. But as per my trade setup, that's how I'm playing it. Right now, looking for a 4th wave as a triangle, A, B, C, D, E, and then our 5th wave to the upside to complete that 1 and 2. I just want to reiterate again, if our low started one previous pivot sooner and it was a very ugly wave 1, this would be our wave 3. But either way, we'd be topping and looking for a move to the downside. Now, alternatively, this could be a WXY rather than a triangle. We just look for the 1-to-1 here at 22,189, and then look for upside. All my stops are at that wave 4 invalidation. Technically, I was able to count it in a way where this would be the invalidation, but I have a pretty large position size. I just want to ride it and make sure I don't give back too much if this fails. So yeah, right now our algo target is at 28,968. That's just the negative 236 of our 3rd wave. Our target zone of the 200 extension to the 2.236, taken of the smaller 1 and 2, is between 2761 and 3026. So after this is when we expect that big launch. I'll make sure to update that after that. That's got to eat up some time, but you can see we're respecting our pitchfork very nicely. So everything is lining up for one more move to the upside before a correction of the larger degree. So we'll see. Unclear. Is this a wave 1 or was this a barrier triangle and we start from here? These are questions that will eventually get answered, but for now, counting this as a wave 1 completing. As we have many other assets in similar areas, I would assume it's the same based on that currently. That's where the evidence lies. But we shall see. Other than that, I update this pretty much every day as needed in the Discord. If you want to check that out, there's a link in the description. This is the Discord here. I do 4 to 5 market update videos covering multiple assets per week. I also have charts I post as well as give trade ideas, and I give my advanced trading strategies as how I enter into different specific corrections. You can also see that Blofin exclusive link in the top left within the membership. You must be a member to get that. And in there you get the 10% cashback bonus plus 20% rebate on your trading fees for life. That gets deposited into your account as you open or close a trade. If you're not interested in that, there is a YouTube link where you get the 10% cashback as well as 5% bonus rebate on your trading fees for life in the link in the description. All right, guys, that's it for this one. As for YouTube, these are the assets I cover once or twice a week if I have time. All right, hope to see you in the Discord.